Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you for downloading and checking us out this week. I know you put your money down. I know you're placing bets on what's happening next. There's only one way to settle this, Rodrigo. Tell us what's happening next.
All right. What happened last time?
We cleaned the deck.
We did do that.
We wrecked some Gith.
We did. We messed up their afternoon.
Speaking of wrecked, how's our ship doing? I haven't ran into a pier.
It clearly has seen better days.
Fortunately, we have some pitch on deck.
There's not a lot of damage to it now that you're looking at it, but it is really good and wedged into this pier or into the platform. Like, you guys need to find like equipment or something that you can finagle into equipment to get this thing clear. Like, it is good and moored.
I'm going to push it as hard as I can.
Okay.
Is there more jerks running in from the horizon?
You guys definitely hear noises up ahead. Again, if you look at the area that you're in, you can tell a handful of things now that you have a second to get a breather. Like I said, this is a place to like dock those like catamaran type ships that these guys have. There's a big central building, and then this place is kind of like a 4-prong thing. So there's just like docks. Like if you think of like a cross or a plus sign, there's like docks heading north, docks heading east, docks heading west, docks heading south, and then a central building, and then some sheds along the way as well.
Can we tell where in like relation to where we've been at the armory we are?
Yes. If you spend some time looking at the stars, you are actually not that far away.
Are there any catamarans that are like attached to this dock? Like, I mean, would we be able to get like sail maybe if we stole a catamaran into towards where we're supposed to be?
If you stole a catamaran and abandoned your ship here, yes.
Okay, but
you could potentially do that.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to do that.
Okay. So those crystals that are on this thing, are those like the weird levitation crystals that the Gith were using?
They are similar to that, yes.
Okay. So Sparkle will point at one of those crystals and say, the Gith used those to levitate their crafts to keep them from landing in the sea. Maybe we could use one of those to like move the ship.
Sounds like a good idea. Do we know how to power it?
Psychic energy.
That would seem to be the assumption.
But we were able to just gather everyone together and like focus on it previously, so we can try that.
Is there one close to the ship?
There's one relatively close.
Well, we'll figure out how to disconnect it from the pier or something.
How is it attached?
There seems to be kind of a groove, and then it's like wedged in there.
So presumably if we yank it out, the pier is going to collapse.
Let's find out.
Well, can I investigate it with thievery to see like if it's load bearing or what the best way to pry it out might be?
You can definitely figure out the best way to pry it out if you give me a thievery check. You really don't know how things are going to react if you take it out or break it.
Fair enough. 40?
40 is really good. Yeah, you can figure out a way to pop it out with like minimum effort. Well, some effort, but without hurting yourself or anything else.
I will attempt to do that.
Okay. Yeah, you pop it out. It's probably about the diameter of a basketball, but it's not a full sphere. It's kind of like a, I don't know, like a cabochon or something. It's just like a half sphere.
So
pops out.
She'll head back over to the ship and say, Drumstick, you seem to have like a really good rapport with the ship. Can you like give it this and help it get unstuck?
Okay.
She'll like kind of tries to hand it to Drumstick, or show me where I need to put it, or what.
Yeah, it's really big. Drumstick really doesn't have a good way of like getting a hold of that. Like her
Okay,
mouth is
yeah.
very small.
She'll say, like, you tell me what the ship needs, and I'll try to get it unstuck with this.
With that,
Mm-hmm.
how are you gonna unstick it with a giant jewel?
It's a psychic jewel that moves things.
Oh, then yeah, come over here.
Okay. I'll follow Drumstick.
Yeah, she just kind of goes to like the right by the helm, like on the deck, right below where you would go up the stairs to go up to the helm.
Where should I put it?
Here, I guess.
All right, I'll try to pot it on the helm. Does anything happen?
Mm-mm.
All right, guys, come here.
All right.
Walk over.
I really wish
Cloud
Randus
Ward.
was here. He's way better at this stuff than I am. I don't know. Think at it like you want it to move and like it's really important. Maybe, I don't know, channel your thoughts about the ship at it.
Move boat. We think about moving the boat.
Move.
All right. While we're here, anybody want to spend any healing surges?
I do. I want to spend 1 healing surge.
20
He's about to
down.
hurt us, so you may need it.
I just want a short rest so I can regain my encounter powers.
Okay.
That's a good point. Although I'm good. No, I guess second wind.
So, yeah, you guys are sitting there thinking at this crystal.
I don't know that it's going to work.
Anything? Is it like glowing?
It is softly glowing, but it's been softly glowing. Somebody can give me an Arcana check.
Oh, God, not me.
Okay. I think I've got a decent Arcana.
You'd hope.
I mean, Warlocks don't naturally have Arcana trained, so.
That's true.
Yeah, but it's in class, and man, would I really have hamstrung you guys if I didn't give the Warlock a decent Arcana.
Yeah, that would be sad if, like, no one had Arcana.
Yeah.
31.
Would have been funny, too.
Oh no.
31 is pretty good for this. So Dalin really doesn't know. Dalin, knows about crystals, but he knows about magic crystals. But he can translate some of that knowledge to definitely tell that this crystal is stable, right? It's like this crystal has a thing that it does, and it's been built to do that, and it's still doing it, and that thing is definitely not unmoor a boat.
Hmm.
I hope I'm using the word mooring correctly. I feel like it is.
I don't know
It
enough
sounds
to
right
say it's
me.
wrong.
I mean,
Yeah.
From a landlocked state.
Once again, if any of you listeners are in the Coast Guard, direct all your vitriol to podcast@majorspoilers.com. and
I will reply with, yes, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Thank you.
and join our Patreon to pay for Steven's therapy.
I just eat tacos.
This isn't what this crystal is supposed to be doing. And I
Oh,
don't think it's going to work.
okay. Well,
Do we see any other Gelth around or anything?
Gith.
Yes, them.
No, you do not immediately see any. It's entirely possible that most of them are out. Like, you guys probably just fought some sort of skeleton crew. But also, if that's the case, you would imagine eventually all 5, 10, 20, 100, 150 catamarans that you can more or less see would park here are going to come back eventually.
Yikes.
What if we burn this thing?
The pier?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, burn this whole thing.
I mean, that's reasonable if we can get our ship away from it first.
Well, at some point, the burning wood will break free and...
The ship is made of leaves and wood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll also catch our ship.
That's a concern.
Okay. Anyone know how to move this, like, I don't know, with something else?
If they have equipment anywhere.
we can.
Well, yeah, should explore up the dock and try to get to that main that main central hub place that you were talking about, Rodrigo.
Yeah, we might have to see if there's something else that we can use.
Okay. Drumstick, watch the ship.
Okay.
Maybe we can find some. This is going to be rough. Can we see the pillar from here?
No.
Okay.
Is the dock actually embedded into the wood of the ship? Are they like smashed together?
No, the ship is just way the heck on top of this platform.
So we might be able, if we could find something that could like wedge or lever it off.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what you need is something that you can use, something that's going to be either big enough, stable enough to be a lever, or maybe something that's specifically designed to move ships back and forth, which
a
is not
ship-moving
entirely
tool.
unreasonable that they would have at a docking platform.
All right. Let's, as you say, let's look forward and see if we can find something.
Ship moving tool.
So you guys moving deeper into the platform?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cautiously.
Keep a lookout for big levers.
Mhm.
Okay. You guys want to give me a marching order?
Okay.
I mean,
Mhm.
Second.
Some-
I'll take the lead.
I could take actually like ahead of you so I can look up for traps or things like that.
You should like sneak out ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Like stealth a little bit in front.
Okay.
Just in case there's actually someone else here.
Yep.
Protect the rear, I suppose.
Guess between Albrecht and Ghostbeard? Or Albrecht is Ghostbeard.
Between Albrecht
Colin
and
is my
Ghostbeard,
middle
The
name.
memoirs of a defrocked priest.
He's actually just hanging out under Albert's frock.
Between Albrecht and Seven Owls.
Picking out.
Just hanging out between Albrecht and his beard.
So Little Sparkle sneaks forward.
Mm-hmm.
So there's you can dart forward, and there's actual there's a few lookout towers. Although the guys that you just fought were two of them were out in a lookout tower, and the others came out of a shed. As you approach the shed, you see a crystal that's maybe about the size of a softball just kind of dislodge itself from the wood below it. It says something in a strange language, and then shoots a beam at Little Sparkle and flicks it onto the astral sea.
And what? It does what?
It flicks you out onto the astral sea.
Oh no!
Let's roll initiative again.
Oh no.
That's really bad.
Yes.
Oh, no.
We're getting anyone
Can I
that
still see Dallin?
Yeah, you can see pretty much everybody. You didn't get that far away from them. And so I should point out, aside from that main building and the lookout towers, this whole area is flat. There are no walls, there's no fencing, there's nothing. It's just, you can see the entirety of it from where you're standing, again, except for the arm that would be directly across from you from the main building. You can see the lookout towers all the way on the other two arms. There's no there's sheds, but they're pretty thin. There's you can see around them pretty easily.
Okay.
7 else wise.
36.
Albrecht.
30.
Dallin.
36.
Little Sparkle.
42.
And Sakar.
31. Rolled much better. Still at the bottom of the pack.
You're ahead of me.
Not bitter.
So here's what's been happening. Little Sparkle moved forward. Gem popped out of the woodwork, the literal woodwork, shot a beam at her and launched her out into the astral sea. You guys see other similar gems pop out and start moving towards you guys. Clearly, this is some sort of security system. Additionally, I will, since we started this way, that's good. You guys don't have to go through the trial and error of it. You basically cannot use stealth in this skill challenge because these things don't sense you normally. They don't need line of sight. to spot you. So
Fair enough.
unless you've got like a really good description, stealth is probably not going to work. And yeah, let's go ahead and start. This is your standard skill challenge. Let's move the success mark down. So 3 failures to lose, 8 to win, or 8 successes to win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. And Little Sparkle is first. And the general idea here is get through the security system with a slight asterisk of try to make sure you don't end up in the astral sea.
Yeah. So I will start by trying to not end up in the astral sea. So basically, like as I'm, I guess, being telekinetically propelled through this beam, try to scramble and do some crazy backflip-y rogueness and grab onto something to pull myself back up with acrobatics check, if that's all right.
That's all right.
With a 44.
44 is a success. So Little Sparkle gets launched, but it launches her over a shed, and there's actually some rope hanging from the side. So she manages to grab it and essentially ends up with the rope over the shed completely taut with her heels at the edge of the pier, just hanging on and almost falling in.
Nice.
That'll take us to Dalin.
I'm going to use Arcana to try and counteract one of the sensors that trigger them off.
Sure.
All right. 38.
38's a success.
Yay.
Yeah, so there's probably 1 or 2 sensors heading towards, little floaty gems heading towards each of you. Dalin does some sort of shadow nonsense, and then the ones that were going after him turn around and start going after 7 Owls Wise. 7 Owls Wise.
Well, I am going to try to get out of the way, but get up to the shed where that one popped out to see if there's a deactivation switch or something.
Okay.
And so I'm going to use my acrobatics to flip and tumble around out of the line of sight of these beams.
Sounds good.
And I roll a 38.
38 is a success. You got, you managed to tumble to the shed. Again, lots of pew, 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 but they don't get you. And, but no, there's this shed is just has some rope and, some small tools. These are probably centrally controlled.
Okay.
Just going to take us to Sakar.
So how many of these things are there?
A dozen that you can see.
Okay, so a lot. Are there any headed this way?
They're all headed your way.
Oh, good. I'm going to see how many of them I can break.
Okay.
Yeah, athletics. I'm just going to start busting them with swords really, really hard.
Okay.
I'm going to break some. 42.
42 is a success. You can, if you hit them hard enough, they definitely, you can definitely stun them.
Mm-hmm.
But after a little while, they kind of regain their ability to follow you around and shoot telekinetic beams at you.
Okay.
You managed to knock out a good, maybe 4 or 5, but this tactic is not sustainable.
Okay.
You guys basically can't stay where you are. You have to either figure out a way to turn them off or get out of their range.
Okay.
And that's going to take us to Albrecht.
Could I use insight to kind of try to figure out where to stand, where I can basically line a couple of them off and determine when exactly to just jump out of the way so they blast each other and make my way through or make a path?
Yeah.
Okay, I will try doing that.
Okay.
26. Wow, nat 20 for 46.
Oh, that's a success. Yeah. In fact, Albrecht figures out that figuring them out like you would a person makes a lot of sense. These things are like weirdly semi-sentient, so you can like do things like fake them out.
I see. They work on mind power.
Yeah. So they're
Diploma.
literally little thinking things. So, any tricks that you could use on something that thinks, you can use on these things. So,
Diplomacy.
Albrecht is actually making good headway by just like figuring out where they're looking and where they're shooting. It's going to take us to the top of the round. You guys are doing very well.
Oh no.
Now that we know that these things respond like people, I'm going to try to trick them like people with a bluff check. So she's going to make her, best GIF voice impression and, tell them to, deactivate and stand down.
Okay.
Should have popped out my social buff.
How do Gith talk?
Through their
They
mouth.
have like a weird hissy noise.
Yeah.
I am a
it's like
kid, how are
yeah, it's
ya?
like, kind of like that. Yeah.
Once was a man.
That's a 40.
40's a success. Little Sparkle does her best Gith impression, and they're very confused because Gith speak a different language. Little Sparkle doesn't speak it, so whatever she's ordering them to do, they don't really understand it, but it's good enough to confuse them.
Sweet. I'll take
Takes
it.
us to Dalin.
They aren't quite sentient enough to be intimidated, are they?
They might be.
All right. I'm going to throw up some sort of show to scare these things off.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, 43.
43 is a success.
All right.
All right. That's going to take us to 7 Owls Wise for possibly the sweep.
Would I be able to use insight to see how they might be being controlled, as opposed to just, I mean, it's obvious that they're not completely sentient.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to use insight for that?
Yeah, you would imagine. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Just trying to gain some understanding of these things. I saw Albrecht do his, psych them out kind of thing. I saw Dalin and Little Sparkle do their thing, and I get a 33. Probably not
33
enough.
is going to fail, yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'll take the fail.
Action point.
Okay.
You get one back right now.
Sure, why not?
Like, you don't have another chance to spend it, so...
Sure, why not? I mean, I have 2 anyway, so.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
You could have the rare opportunity to have 3 action points in your pocket for no reason.
Yes. Now, do I get to add that +3 to it that
What?
comes with the action point?
No.
Okay.
Not unless it says that.
No, that's only for
which one?
That's only for a bonus to attack. Ah, perfect. 27.
All right, that is a failure.
But it's a failure we can learn from.
It is a failure you can learn
yes,
from.
don't roll anything less than a 33.
Yeah, 7 Owls Wise. Again, you guys are sort of advancing as this is happening towards the main building, and you guys get pretty close to it. And 7 Owls spots a crystal that isn't, popping out or whatever, and figures out that that's probably the brain crystal. At which point, he like runs over and like tries to like grab it and pull it out, connecting himself to the entire thing and alerting them to exactly your movements and kind of how you guys think.
Oh no.
Largely negating all of the progress that you guys have been doing. That is going to take us to Sakar for a game point.
So, Sakar sees 7 Owls Wise, sees what he does, sees that he has the right idea, but sees that somehow the crystals did something unexpected, using his perception, his hawk-like, still red eyes, not glowing, but still red. He's going to use his perception to see whether he can just kind of slip over and slap the one that 7 Owls Wise was trying to get to while the others are focused on 7. Perception. Yes.
I feel like all of this stuff is already pretty evident. So you're going to have to give me
you're
something
hurting
else
me.
for perception.
Nature to reach over and slap the one that out of his hands
I'm not sure that's a nature check.
with your nature powers.
My natural power.
Can you?
Did you intimidate them?
Yes, I did.
I wonder if I could scare them into running away. That seems stupid. All right.
Perfect.
You know what? I'm going to go with Rob's idea. I'm going to try and nature it up because there's something that I can do that they don't know about. I can create horrifying, terrible skeletal snake wolves who can then go over and literally deactivate the thing
All
using
right,
my
I'll
nature
allow it.
powers. Because it's a primal thing. It's nature.
Yeah.
Do we get
Yeah,
any
yeah.
bonuses or anything?
Not unless somebody can give you a bonus to this, but there's no floating bonuses right now.
No floating bonuses. I
But
don't
you do
think
have
I
an
have
action
anything.
point, so
That's true, I do. So yeah, let's do it. 34? I didn't roll
34
lower
will
than a
fail
30.
you.
It does? Is a failure?
Yep.
Crap cakes. All right. So if I action point, do I have to do the same thing?
Yes.
Yep,
All
it's
right.
just a reroll.
I'm going to re-roll it. I have magical powers.
Nice.
Ow. That's a bunch.
Why? How?
I
Why?
really want to
Wow.
thank you guys because I thought you guys were just going to sweep this, but
Why,
thank you for
people?
making it a little bit more interesting.
Why did you
jerks.
say that?
Because it always has to come down to Brian.
It does.
Because we have failed every roll since you've said we could sweep it. You jinxed us.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
So yes, here's what happens. Sakar makes a lot of shadow wolves, which Seven Owls is still kind of connected to this thing, and the moment those things show up, it just like triggers his fight response. Because these things are very similar to the monsters that you guys fought before, back when Sakar was a monster tree. So.
Mhm.
And I don't think he's seen them since then. So all of a sudden, these things show up again. And all of these little crystals get like really aggressive. Pew, 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 all of you guys. And then it's to Brian for the win or lose here.
Of course.
Uh,
Of course.
yay!
Athletics just to sprint like mad towards the center to try to get to a shut-off thing or something, or just get what we need and get out of here.
Athletics to pick up everyone and carry them to safety.
Probably athletics to
Sure.
kick that big brain crystal into the water.
Or that. Just athletics to grab one and just chuck it at another one and then break it and take out.
All
the
right,
central
yeah,
one.
I'll allow it. If this works, we'll have you figure out exactly what to do.
Okay.
Now, you didn't use athletics last time, right?
No insight.
Okay.
Oh,
Nat 20.
a nat 1 and a nat 20.
wow.
Wait.
I will go
How
with
do you,
the 20.
Brian?
It's quantum physics, dude.
Yeah, someone screen cap that.
Can
Quantum
somebody
quantum
look and
physics.
check on that cat?
Not only is it either a win or a lose, it's also a win or a lose
I mean,
Yeah.
in the way that Brian rolled it.
look what I
Oh my
rolled
God.
last time.
It is the quantum.
On critical. Oh
That's great.
God.
Good job, Brian.
I have hacked
Schrodinger
the
called.
atoms.
He wants his cat back.
So we'll say that this is kind of a momentous roll. So we'll say that Seven Owls is like grabbing onto this thing and is kind of connected to it. So Albrecht runs over, basically shoulder checks him off of it, grabs it himself, and is about to throw it when he himself becomes connected to it.
Hmm.
And the all of the crystals stop, swarming around and zapping you guys, and just kind of lower themselves, and you can hear them thrumming. And if you're close to one, and all of you are relatively close to one, you can, it's not an audible thing, but you can sense it. You can hear them being like, like, all I ever wanted was to like carry out my duties.
Oh, poor crystals. They just
You
wanted
know.
to throw us into the astral sea.
No, that's not what you're hearing.
Nah.
It's like once I left my family to make a new home for myself, and now that's gone.
Oh no, that's much worse.
Oh.
What else, Brian? I really don't know what's going to happen to now possibly my best friend 7 Owls Wise when all this is over. I don't think he's actually going to survive long after his mission is through.
Put all my faith into Raven Queen, and I don't even know who she is anymore.
Mm-hmm. I hope that someday Dalin finds some other place to belong. I'm sad that I am not able to really help him with that. I never had a pet, and I'm sad that eventually I'm probably going to end up at one of these pillars and I'll never see Drumstick again.
Oh.
Yes.
Aw.
Hey, victory!
But you guys win!
Even when we win, it's existentially crushing. Yay!
We'll come
Why
up with you
Hashtag
if
does
I
critical
every
don't.
hit.
win have to be a gut punch?
Is that right?
Yeah. So this pretty much breaks them. Like they're just kind of sitting there moping.
They were swept up in the ennui, and they.
Oh man. You depressed them.
That's so wonderful. I love
So
this
Niles
game.
is hurting so much, and I can't do anything to help him.
All right. Let's move.
I miss
And-
Zanam.
Yes.
Oh. You guys should talk later.
If only if I could have reached Ket sooner.
Stop torturing us, Brian.
Could have only gotten through to the kid.
It's just cruel, man.
Ket's mistakes were well before Albrecht had a chance to actually make him see the light.
But is that what Albrecht thinks?
Yeah. Albrecht thinks he could have reached him.
Yes.
Ket's biggest mistake was on the very first day he met Albrecht. Okay?
Oh, I suppose so.
All right. Yep. So there you guys are, surrounded by sad crystals.
Okay, then. Let's keep looking for our thing for now, but that was a way of dealing with the situation.
It certainly was a unique solution.
Good job.
And they were protecting a shed, is that correct?
No, I think
They were
Or were
what?
they just generally?
No, you guys
No,
have made it most of the way towards the central building. Like the
Yeah.
sheds don't have anything large enough to help you.
Yeah, they were like a early defense thing.
Seven checked
Okay.
the shed. There wasn't.
Yeah, there wasn't anything in there.
All right.
Kind of have control of the little floaty crystal dudes.
No, they're pretty much broken.
As are
He's
we
the-
all.
They
He's not going to
can't,
let me have a
they
crystal
can't
army.
deal with that much existential despair.
No crystal army to push the boat back into the sea.
Unfortunately, not. Not unless you can resolve literally all of Albrecht's problems.
That's quite the task.
None of you took any levels in psychologist, so
No.
Nope.
So we'll head to the central tower, or whatever the
it's not
central.
a tower. It's
the
a
central
The central building.
building.
yeah.
Yes.
We will head there.
So the central building is also made of wood, but it is kind of just a big rectangular warehouse-looking place, and it has a front entrance which is not locked.
Well,
Take a look at it, like to see if there's anything that's gonna, explode if we open it.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a
Thievery
thievery
check.
check. Yeah.
Net 20 for a 46.
Yeah, there
Yep.
does not appear to be any sort of trap here. Clearly, they're expecting all of the flinging into the astral sea crystals to take care of anybody.
I mean, that's a very, very good defense system.
Yeah, I mean, they almost got you.
Yeah.
Oh, I will
I-
say who failed
I did.
their rolls.
There's
7
me and
Owls and
Sakar.
Sakar.
Yep.
So you guys go ahead and lose 2 healing surges each.
Okay.
Aw. That means we only have like 20 left.
Between the two of you?
Yeah, 7.
No.
That's a good.
That's what I thought.
I will open the door.
Okay. The door leads down a hallway.
I'll start proceeding.
Okay.
I'll follow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I'll bring in the rear.
Okay.
We're going to look for snubbers or boat hooks or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called.
Boda stuff.
Levers.
Physics things.
Fulcromators.
Harpoon launchers. Just for fun.
Probably not helpful. Might be good to have.
I mean, any shipborne weaponry would probably be useful to take away from them.
Put it on the ship.
Probably
see what
also
happens.
pretty heavy.
Primarily some sort of wedge
Yes.
or pole or...
All right. So you guys walk and walk and walk, get to another set of doors.
I'll
Oh boy.
take a look at them. Are they locked?
They do not appear to be locked. They also do not appear to be trapped.
I'll open them.
You open the door into what appears to be a very large kind of audience chamber where there is a particularly tall, beefy-looking Gith guy. He's just wearing some piratey pants and has a big jewel encrusted in the center of his forehead. There's also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other guys here.
Uh-oh.
So,
Yeah, come
Is the-
back next week, everybody, and find out what happens next. Seriously, thanks for checking us out this week. Because I have a feeling, Big Bruiser, I don't see an airplane prop spinning around anywhere, so I don't think this fight's going to be done anytime soon. But thanks for checking out this week's episode of Critical Hit. Again, another short episode, but that's okay. Some of you like the short stuff so that you can get through a bunch of stuff.
This could have been a social scene.
I mean, it could have been, but we'll find out next week on Critical Hit. Thanks, everybody. Here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2019 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.